Alright guys, let's take a look here how to use Pinterest. Obviously you go to pinterest.com. What we're going to do here is log in. I already have an account made, but you can make one through obviously looking here at Facebook or with a Google account you already have. So since I already have an account made, I'm just going to log in here and then we'll be able to come up to the opening screen of what it would look like in Pinterest. So what Pinterest is really, it's a lot of resources, and what they do is they focus on terms that you search for, and then as they look at what you're searching for, it brings up everything that's related to it in regards inside of their database. At that point, you can save, you can favorite it, or you can share with other people, and you take these individual pieces of information, like where my cursor is here, which would be a pin, and then you can save it inside of a board which you would create. So think of it as you have a document, you grab a folder, and you take the document and you put it inside the folder. So as we do things, especially in what we do in our office, maybe we have multiple folders made up, and we label each folder, and we put the documents that relate to those folders in that folder. So we're organized. Same thing with Pinterest. Okay, so this is the opening screen. So let's take a look at some areas here, maybe your account. So when we click on the little person there up on the right side, there you see my account, picture of myself I took, not many followers, not following. I really use it a lot for resources, a quick way to get resources and use them. So very quickly here we'll look at this interface. You have an area called boards, which we talked about earlier. So as you can see, here are a few of my boards that I've already made. Twitter in School, blogs, Pin It Forward. Pins, if you would click on that, it just lists every single one of the pins that you've made, and then also anything that you've liked. So if we go back to boards, again, this is the main page I've gotten here through the clicking on my profile, the little person on the top right side. When you come over here to this object, that's really your account basics. So it shows you your email address, what your password is. Then you can go down here, change your profile, obviously change your picture, put a little bit in about you. Each time you would change something, you would hit Save Settings. And it continues to go down with notifications, how you want to be notified, what you want your home feed to look like, any social networks you want to connect it with. So you could find a pin and then save it on Facebook and Twitter, and then any type of security you want to put on it. This icon here, that just allows you to save or send to. And when you click on the three dots, that lets you log out. I don't use any of the other areas, but you can also make a widget. You can see what you can purchase things off of Pinterest. So if you do any of that, this is where you would go for the three dots. So again, this is what your basic setup will look like. So as we said, it's just really going and finding pins and saving them in boards that you created. Okay. So let's start by just searching a topic, and this is probably where you would start anyway. Let's say we're going to look at educational technology or anything else you would want to look at. So I'd search educational technology, and when you do that, it brings up the most popular educational technology pins that are out there right now. Okay, so let's say we see 32 great educational websites for teachers. Maybe we want to find something to share with our staff. When you hover your cursor over it, you click on it, It basically magnifies it for you. If you scroll down, you'll be able to see it more clear. Again, it allows you to like, it allows you to send it, or it lets you know that you've tried it, or you can save it. Okay, so if I'm going down here, I'm saying, well, I would like to share this with my staff, just a quick way as they could see different teachers, history teachers, English teachers, math teachers, maybe some apps that they could use or websites they could use as resources for their students. So I say to myself, well, I'm going to save this. You could visit the site where this is from. We'll get to that in a second. But right now I'm thinking, I like this. I'm going to save it. So when you save it, it offers you an option. It says choose the board. Okay, well I already have some boards made here. Obviously some personal ones here, back patio, basement, maybe some ones about blogs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a board. So it asks me for the name. So I'm going to call this board just Educational Technology Resources. Okay, now this is very important. See this secret? If I keep it at no, anyone can see it who's on Pinterest, okay, that follows me. So if I keep it, click on it yes, that means only it's private to me. So I would make a suggestion. If you're going to use Pinterest for personal things that you may search for, like I do, let's say I use it for fashion or finding outfits. If you find pins and then put them into a board, people that follow you will be able to see that, just like anything else, like Twitter or Pinterest. If you make it private, only you'll be able to see it. So educational boards that I've created, I usually leave those not private, but things, like if I'm going to search for fashion or certain type of things that I like to keep private, then I would turn secret on for the board. So for this, I'm going to turn it off. I'm just going to hit create. Okay, so I've created a board and now it's told me it's saved this pin to Educational Tech Resources, the board I created. Okay, now I said earlier, you would like to go maybe to this site itself. There are certain pins when you go to them, actually all of them, you'd be able to visit it if you'd want to check it out first. So let's say I go down looking at this, like I'd like to see the site where this infographic is. You would hit visit, and what I like about Pinterest, it opens up a whole other browser for you. So we've talked about educational tech and mobile learning before the site. It has 18 good Chromebook apps for teachers. And then this shows you where they got the resource from, where somebody pinned that from. So you may say, okay, well, I'm just going to go back into Pinterest and I'm going to save this right back into Educational Tech Resources. So then it also gives you ideas. You may want to follow these boards, a board called Education, get you more resources. So as you can see, Pinterest, great place to find information. So if I go back to my account, you may be saying, well, where is this board that I made? Okay, so it'll take your boards. I'm pretty sure it puts them in chronological order that you made it in. Try to find that board I just made. May have gone past it. So it is important to remember once you make a board, you have to hit refresh here. And so when you go down the bottom, it puts it in the order you made them. So there's my board. If I click on it, there are the 2 pins that I saved, you remember, that we just looked at. Okay, and then it shows that I've, what they are. And again, if I want to look at them, I click on it. I would scroll down. If I wanted to visit the site itself, I can edit the board itself. If I would want to send this, I could copy the link. And then I could send it to my staff. Now it's important, staff would have to have a Pinterest account. You could also send it Messenger, Twitter, or Facebook. So we always recommend our staff have Pinterest accounts in order, so if we want to share pins with them, we can. So that kind of wraps it up. But Pinterest is a great place to find information, great place to find resources, and it may give you an idea for some professional development next year. Maybe have your staff make boards, share them with each other. Maybe you make a board. You could really have a whole PD session or PD morning on how to use Pinterest and how it can help you guys.